Well, hello and welcome. I'm Jonathan Case, and I'm co-hosting tonight's event with Mr. Kelly Williams, and you guys are in for a treat. What you're going to see over the next few minutes is, well, it's probably going to cause you to lose some sleep. I know it did for us. Don't feel sorry for us. I mean, it's absolutely been the most incredible time in business that I have ever experienced, and you get the opportunity to take part in it. Now, I need to tell you, I'm not a big fan of hype. Christian has said, cut the hype, cut the emotion, and just show me how the money flows. And, you know, I appreciated that when he said it, but what has happened since then is a little bit hard to articulate without the emotion. I mean, it's been a really big deal in my life and a lot of other people's lives. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to lay out a revolutionary business for you tonight that has never been done before. We're going to give you all the facts, certainly. I do need to warn you that armed with this team and this business, I am 10 feet tall, and I am not afraid to help you understand why. So here's what you're going to see. Kelly and I are going to show you a product that is king in the industry. And then we're going to show you an innovative marketing overlay that we've put on this e-commerce play. We're going to show you what it takes to get started, what you do on a daily basis, what the business model looks like, what are the perks involved for you, and what are your rewards for getting started tonight. So without further ado, I'm going to get into it because about halfway through this presentation, you're going to realize that your time is extremely valuable. We're in the sweet spot here, and you're going to want to get moving. So I'm going to tell you a very smidgen of who I am. I've been through several careers already in my life, as young as I still am. I spent some years as an EMT firefighter, and I kind of got out of that job because of the 24-hour shifts. We're supposed to sleep at night. My truck never did stop. We were going all the time. And on top of that, I was getting paid. I was topped out at $8.50 an hour, saving people's lives. That's worth about $8.50 an hour, right? So yeah, I said enough of that, and I took an interim job doing some telephone work, which I enjoyed, except for getting up and going to work. But during that time, I was learning to fly an airplane. For the last 13 years, I've been a professional pilot, and that job is almost as cool as it sounds. I never did the airline thing. I wanted to do corporate flying because we always go somewhere different. The problem with that is luxuries ebb and flow with the economy. I mean, so you can go from rolling in the dough to flat broke in no time. And and it happened. It was up and down, feast or famine. That's what they say in the aviation industry. And more than that, when I was rolling, when I was flying a lot, you know, I didn't get to see the family. You're on somebody else's schedule. So that's what brought me to this industry, because the direct selling industry, the direct selling network marketing MLM industry is kind of designed to take the average person and allow them to own and operate a business with very little investment. In the big scheme of things, it's very little investment. Little to no overhead, but the upside potential is ridiculous. I mean, it was truly the model for a walk-away income, to sit on the beach and just let it pay you after you've done your work, you've done your put in your time. You know, it was 3 to 5 years, walk away and be done. That was the story we preached, and that has been a little bit flawed because of the auto ship. If you've been in the industry, you know what I'm talking about. Auto ship is, in a lot of businesses, you're talking about a new product with that may not have been heard before, or you're trying to get somebody to convert from their old pill, their old lotion, and over to the thing that you're selling. But you were required to buy an amount of that every month, and that was the auto ship, the auto payment. And when that competes with your car payment or groceries, and you're not making any money, we're going to turn it off, and that creates a ripple effect where the residual income goes away if you're not supporting them. Now enter what we're talking about tonight. because we're going to talk to you about a company called DubLi. And DubLi, all by itself, we're going to talk about some other things too that Kelly's going to bring that are just ridiculously huge. DubLi itself is what I'm going to talk to you about as a company. Solves a lot of those problems for us. Our product is cash. Who doesn't want cash? And to get that cash for the customer, we're asking them to shop where they normally shop, buy the things they normally buy, and get cash for it. And you may have seen cashback happen before, and some of the flaws that have been happening in the past were, the cashback percentages weren't really worth talking about. Maybe you had to go to a different store to get your cash, or any rewards program. A lot of times you've got to change your buying habits, which is tough to make people do. And then it's hard to. A lot of times people don't remember that they have a rewards program. You go and buy what you're going to buy, and you go, I could have got cash back on that if I had just remembered. Well, DubLi has solved those problems. I mean, the cashback percentages that I'm about to show you are crazy big, and the stores, we're aligned with every store that I shop at. Honestly, online, I've been to the ones. I mean, I'm an Apple freak. Apple is on there. You don't get discounts from Apple or cashback from Apple anywhere. This is the only place I found it. Walmart, Best Buy, all the stores that I would go to are on there. So we got that knocked. But here's my favorite part. I'm going to show you this in just a second. I'm going to share my screen. DubLi has a toolbar that if you forget and go to the site you were going to go to buy what you were going to buy, it raises its little hand and says, hey, activate your cash back. So I'm going to show you that. Let's see here. Share my screen. Kelly, tell me when you can see that, bud. Can you see the, hold on.
Yep. Yeah, it looks, yep,
now?
looks good. Yep.
Okay, sweet. So here's what we're going to do. I have the DubLi toolbar installed right over here. So I'm going to show you a couple things that happens. I'm a golfer. I love to golf. I'm addicted to it, actually. And if I want to find, let's see, best deals, I'm just going to show you some examples of how this thing works. Best deals on golf shoes. Here's what happens. Right here, DubLi's toolbar actually hijacks the Google search results and shows you the cashback percentages. I'm starting with the toolbar. I'm going to show you their portal in just a second. But right here, 9.9% cashback as a VIP member. It shows you the what you get as a free member. People can sign up for DubLi for free, get cash back. They've spent no money. They can get 3.9% cash back on golf shoes. And a premium member, I'll talk about what that is in just a second. And then the VIP member gets 9.9%. That's ridiculous. Let me show you just a couple more examples. Tee times. Now, here's what I know about golfers. They would play a whole lot more golf if it wasn't $35, $40 a round. Well, these are actual courses that I play in my hometown. It's not. This is one of the sites that DubLi is affiliated with, and here's the kicker. This site is already giving a discount. On top of that discount, we get another $3.25 cash back. We're talking about a $15 round of golf. Now, that might not seem like it much to you, but this gets a lot of men on the golf course with their wife's permission. Okay? And all the men said, amen. I can hear you in the background. Now you don't have to hide when you go play golf. This is awesome. All right, let's talk about you ladies. My wife, this is exciting to me. And I know you're going to laugh because a dude just said he was excited about Ulta. Let me explain. First, when I go to Ulta.com, and maybe I forgot that I had a rewards program, this is DubLi's toolbar. Popped up right here and reminded me, hey, activate your cash back. I'm going to click activate cash back. And we're going to log in. You know, I had that. There we go. This is what happens when you get everything ready to show. And all right, cashback is activated. That's with the green check mark. And now I can go to ulta.com and it's going to pop up again, say activate cashback. And I will. It's going to show me the green check mark. And cashback is activated. Now I am going to save my own dignity because my wife, I'm going to admit something here, my wife sends me to the Ulta store ever so often for our local Ulta store thinks that I wear Bare Minerals medium beige, and I'm sure there's nothing wrong with feeling pretty, but I do not wear Bare Minerals Ultimate or medium beige, and I am tired of going to get it. So I'm going to shop right here on ulta.com and get 9.9% cash back, and that excites me way down deep in my soul. All right, so I'm going to show you one more example, and then I'm going to let Kelly talk to you about how we make a lot of money doing this, okay? Walmart.com is on activate cashback. Just like that, the DubLi toolbar pops up. We can get up to 7% cash back as a VIP member. And this is another thing I'm very excited about because I do my grocery shopping at Walmart, and now I get to let her pick out the list, do all the grocery shopping, click pick up in the store, get 7% cash back, and we all ride away on the magic carpet because that is beautiful. I don't know if you're aware. So that is the DubLi toolbar, DubLi.com. Here's what the customer will see. I'll show you that right quick. When they are to sign up, they go to DubLi.com. It would be one of the links that we would put out. They would sign up for free, click sign up for free, and in 20 seconds or so, they can just put in their information, become a free member, and start getting cash back. So let's turn it up. All right, so now here's the deal. This is what the customer sees. Now there's an iron wall between the customer side of DubLi and the network marketing side, those of us that want to participate in the comp plan. And there's a ridiculous amount of money to be made in the comp plan because when that customer comes on, they're going to shop where they're going to shop, do what they're going to do, get cash back for it. You are getting a cut of that cash back, a commission based on that cash back for life. And that is a huge deal. Now I'm going to show you how we acquire those customers, and for that I want you to give a big round of applause for Mr. Kelly Williams. Kelly, tell us about it, man.
Well, let me see. Can you hear me okay?
I got you.
Awesome. Well, if my voice is a little bit raspy today, it is because I have been on the phone all day long. And the thing that's awesome about this is I've been on the phone not because I'm out there a recruiting machine. It's because I've got so many people so excited about this who are on my team that I'm actually following up with people on my team. And in a minute you're going to find out why, because it's to me, this is a once-in-a-lifetime play, and there's several elements to that, and I'm going to show you this in just a minute. But real quickly, just a little bit background on me. I'm like Jonathan. I'm not going to beat on my chest. I don't know how much money I've made online. One thing about me, however, is I'm a dad, and at the end of the day, if I have my kids call me dad, guess what? I've succeeded. As long as I can put food on the table and serve other people, I've succeeded. So I don't know what your idea of success is. You know, we're not going to, Jonathan and I talked earlier about, we're not going to throw around numbers like 8 million, 9 million. Who cares? You may just want to make an extra $500 or $1,000. And we're going to show you that there's a way to do that in here. But from the earliest age I can remember, I'm actually representing those who are over 50, by the way. And but it was my goal. By the time I was 30, I wanted to have my own business. It didn't matter. I got my college degree, And bingo, at age 29, I had a buddy that basically said, hey, why don't we go buy a Subway sandwich shop? So we did that. So we went and bought a Subway sandwich shop. I managed and operated, ended up operating 7 Subway sandwich shops, sold those, ended up starting a financial services company. Many of you heard my story about knocking on doors and so on, but did that for several years. And you know what? Something happened, and I'll share that with you here in a minute, that just woke me up and said, you know what? You want to work from home. You've had that desire inside of your belly for a long time. Why don't you do it? And I'll share that with you, like I said, in just a second. So let me just kind of jump in. But once again, I've made a lot of money online. I started back in 2007. I worked my brains out. I was clueless how to earn money online. And in fact, my kids chuckled when I told them I was going to do it, because I didn't even have an email account at the time. I didn't even know what email was, because I was working in a really secure environment with financial services. And I remember them chuckling, and I think that kind of gave me the product. I'm going to show them. But I came to online marketing with one thing, and that was a brain. And I worked until all hours of the night to figure out how this thing worked. And it's not easy. I'm telling you, offline marketing is far easier, because you can just pick up the dang phone. All right, here there's so many moving pieces. But what I'm going to share with you tonight is a way that you can capitalize on what's going to happen, so that you truly can capitalize on online marketing. And that's what got me excited about this. But nonetheless, so my story was, I got involved online marketing. 9 months later, sold my financial practices, and I've been working online ever since. Okay, and but with that said, I don't know how much money I've made. I've made some, I've lost some. At the end of the day, you know what? I'm able to put food on the table and serve and help other people, and that's all that really matters to me. So let me jump into, I'm one of those who loves to visualize and see things, and maybe it's just because it's my age, and sitting watching somebody for an hour, just, you know, I think that's awesome, but nonetheless, I like to actually see it. Can you see my screen, Ned?
Yes, we got it.
Woohoo! All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump through this really quickly, because our goal is to be done within 45 minutes. All right. But with that said, I've kind of put this little PowerPoint presentation together so you can see what has gotten all of us so stinking excited, and why we haven't been able to sleep. All right, but it's not because, gee, Jonathan and I and many others are going to be jumping up and down going, holy cow, we're going to make $1 zillion. It's because we can finally reach out to everyone and know that those people who get involved with us will also be able to make a decent income with what we're doing. So with that said, Jonathan's done a great job in telling you I call it kind of the no-brainer product, and that is, we're offering people cash back. And we don't have to go and arm twist saying, look, go spend an extra $200 or $300 with what we're doing. Just spend what you're spending and go get cash back. That's what we're offering. So it's a really, really unique product. But you couple that with something called Team WUKAR, and the dynamics of, and I'm going to go into each one of these in detail, but you couple that with being able to offer someone an opportunity to capitalize on an automated marketing system that literally is going to help them build their business. The two things that most people have a struggle with network marketing or online marketing is getting customers and getting business builders. You hear it over and over again, and that was my biggest struggle, is having people duplicate me. Well, guess what? This system is completely duplicatable, but it's going to require something else, your effort. But it's an effort that you can learn in a simple fashion, how to actually do some tasks or some jobs. And if you're willing to do that, and you can watch a video and learn how to do that, you can actually participate and have customers and business builders added to your team. And I'll go into a little more detail with that. But what that formula leads to is just like Jonathan said, which is a residual walk-away income. And I honestly believe within a year, 18 months, there are going to be people who have not made a dime in online marketing who will make a very significant income. And once again, you may be here thinking, well, man, all I really want to do is make an extra 1,000 or 500 or a couple $1,000s a month. That would be life-changing. Well, this is life-changing, and I'll share with you real quickly what that all entails. So DubLi has two sides to it. They have what we call the customer side, which Jonathan did a great job talking about. A free member, the $4.95 a month member, which is a premium member, and the additional cash back percentages the person can get, and then the VIP member. But they have another side, which is what we're going to share with you now, which is really what they call the DubLi Network. They grow by allowing us, or those who want to have a work-from-home business, to be able to buy a business license so we can make money on all of these cashback portals around the globe. And as a result of that, many people are going to have huge numbers of customers that they're going to get paid on, but the money that comes from that is actually coming from the cash back that those people are getting of the customers. So we're going to talk about real quickly this second part, which is the DubLi Network. Well, how do I actually make money within this DubLi Network as a business owner and as a work-from-home entrepreneur? So real quickly, and this is just some snapshots of what the DubLi presentation, but you earn commissions actually in two ways: from your personal customers. Those are people who are getting cash back, either a free member, premium member, or a VIP member. And then there's a second way, which you can also earn commissions as you start to build a sales organization. And we're not going to get into great detail on this. I'm just going to go through a couple of these slides really quickly. So as a business builder, you're going to earn 25% on every single membership fee and every cash back amount that your personal customers receive. All right, but the cool thing about this whole process is that DubLi has put into the system an extremely effective viral marketing element, and your customer base can not only grow from your efforts, and I'll share with you in another way that they're going to grow through this automation process that I'm going to show you in just a second, but that also grows as your customers refer other customers, because they have a bonus for all personal customers who are VIP members. When they refer other members, they make a $20 bonus. So you can have your customers refer other customers, and they're making $20, but every single customer that walks through the door, you're making $25 on, regardless if you referred them or your own customers referred them. And those dollars can add up. So it's not only, once again, your customers, but this viral nature of how your customer base can continue to grow as you have customers just referring other people. And if they're VIP customers, they make $20 for doing that, and you keep making $25. But the cool thing is, your $25 is annual. As long as they're paying their annual $99 annual fee for what I call a Costco membership, really on steroids, you continue to get that $25. Okay, let me just jump real quickly to the second part, which is you can now make income as your sales organization grows. And I'm not going to go through all the details of that, but it works like this. You're making 25% on your personal customers on their cashback purchases as well as their memberships, and you're making between 5% and 27.5% override on your entire team. Beyond that, that's your organizational customers. All right, so you can sit and rack your brain and figure that out. I will just tell you this: You don't have to have a very big team to make a very significant amount of money with DubLi. And then I'll share just a quick testimonial. I'm sure Jonathan will do the same. But real quickly, and once again, this is just using their slide, but I want to just show something, and that is the SD is really what I call the sweet spot within the compensation structure. It's what everybody shoots for, but let me show you how simple it is to get there. And I'm going to show an illustration that a person starts their business as a TLA, and I'll tell you what that is in just a second as well. But you start out as a TLA. Over here, you're going to make 10%, and then on your front line, meaning the people that you introduce to the business, both customers as well as business associates. So you're going to you start out that way. You go and introduce it to 3 other TLAs. And what's going to happen is you're going to make $712.80. All right? You may not jump up and down, but here's the cool thing that happens, that literally all of a sudden my mind went, well, that's simple. I can go get 3, and I can help other people get 3. So after 3 people, you've, in essence, made what it cost you to get started as a TLA. But now watch what happens. As you help each of those 3 people get 3 other TLAs, well, now you've made roughly about $3,300, but you've become a senior director, which, once again, that's the sweet spot in the business. So just think in terms of 3 who go get 3, and now look what you're making, 20%, 5%, and you have all these generational bonuses. I'm not going to get into that. I just know that in the short amount of time that I've been involved, roughly a 30-day illustrious career with being part of the DubLi and the WUKAR team, the income has been astronomical with this, and that's why, to me, being able to share it with other people and know that they can make a significant income with this, and now with what I'm going to share with you, is really like, holy smokes, you know, it was just kind of thrown in my lap. I'm grateful to the person who sent me the link and had me watch the video, just like you're watching now, okay? So let me just explain this Team WUKAR and what it's all about, and how you can benefit. So you're sitting there, you're going, I know nothing about online marketing. It doesn't matter whether you have skills or you have no skills. You just have to be willing to say, but I am willing to put in an effort if someone will help me and teach you. And here's how this works and how Team WUKAR is going to help you. Okay, because remember, the 2 biggest issues that people have with building a business online or offline is getting customers and getting business builders. And we're going to show you how this movement of what's happening with Team WUKAR is going to benefit everyone who chooses to participate. And so we need, in order to do that, we have to kind of have a little refresher course, and that is this. When you do a search, and Jonathan did a great job, and in this case I did a search, and all I did is do a screen share here, a screen capture. What happens? So in this case, someone typed in hotels. All right, they wanted to get a good deal on the hotels. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about the cashback toolbar that pops up, but I just did, you know, in this event. But what I want to do is share with you what happens. So at the top where it says AD, well, guess what that is? That's an ad. Someone paid for that, and that's called pay-per-click or pay per an impression. But there's something else that pops up below any of the ads that were paid for, and these are called search engine optimization results. And with those, there are people who have spent hours and hours to make it so that they come to the top of that search engine, that search results that a person typed in. All right? There's very few people who have literally mastered this and have become one of the top SEO experts in the world. But there's one that we are linked to. And this is when I went from semi-interested to really jumping out of my seat going, you've got to be kidding. We can actually tap in and not only benefit from the brilliance of a gentleman by the name of Matt Trainer, who is one of the world's top SEO experts, that has done work for Frank Kern, some of the top New York bestsellers, just some high-profile individuals. And I'll be honest, DubLi excited me, but this basically learning about what he's put together made it so I didn't sleep, and I haven't slept very well. But I didn't just hop in. I took 3 days, and I did more research on Matt Trainer than I did with the DubLi, the pay plan, any of that stuff, because I said if he can pull this off, literally my dilemma of having people not be able to duplicate me, people will duplicate me in a big, big way, because it doesn't matter if you have skills, all right? And I'll explain that in just 1 second. But one of the things that I found out about Matt Trainer, and this is what probably I gravitated to him more, was when he basically said he's not in this for himself to make $1 billion. He's in this to make $1 billion. Once again, you know, that number kind of mind boggles me, but he's in this to make $1 billion and give it all away. That's somebody that I wanted to participate in business with. And so not only is he an expert, but this is somebody that literally recognizes that happiness in this life isn't having a zillion or $1 billion. It's actually serving and helping other people. That's what connected me with Matt Trainer. But his brilliance is now going to benefit all of us. All right, so here's what ultimately happens. When he got introduced to DubLi, keep in mind, this is someone that can sit down in 5 hours, create SEO campaigns that literally can generate $150,000 in a week. But he can do that in 5 or 6 hours time. And when he saw DubLi, his mind just went crazy, because how many products are within DubLi? It's unlimited. Just in travel alone, there could be so many SEO campaigns running simultaneously within travel itself. And so all of a sudden, here's this mind that works way different than ours, and he's looking at this going, I could use tens of thousands of people to help me create this massive SEO project, because there's endless SEO possibilities. And so what does that all mean for you, and why are there so many people who haven't been able to sleep once the light bulb went on? It's this, and let me illustrate. What's going to happen now, and this is all headed up by Matt Trainer, is he has come together and he's put together a huge expert team. He's put in a lot of money, of his own money, to create a platform that's ultimately allowing all of us to participate in, and it's going to create hundreds of thousands of SEO campaigns running simultaneously, bringing in thousands upon thousands of customer conversions every single day. And what he's basically said then is, as they go through this funnel and these customers start pumping out this funnel in large amounts, we're not just talking a trickly 1 or 2 that we've all heard about, quote, rotators. We're talking about thousands upon thousands of customer conversions, and Matt Trainer isn't going to keep all these. He's going to share those with all of us. So it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, what your career is, whatever. The system could care less. And so he has created what I refer to as now as the SEO rotator. And this is how the SEO rotator works. It's, once again, it's filled with people who have earned their way to be here. And I'll share with you in just a minute how they earned their way to be here. But for our illustration purposes, I have what we call the sweet spot. The sweet spot is, hey, I've come around this rotator, and bingo, I get a customer. Not a lead, a customer or a business builder. All right? So I'm going to reference, or for our illustration purposes, you're the coach. All right? So when you hit that sweet spot, bingo, guess what happens? You get a customer. And that equates to dollars, as we mentioned just a minute ago. And so the rotator goes around. What's pushing the rotator around? Customers. These are customers coming through. So the next person got a customer, the next person got a customer, and so on. And it just keeps pushing around. And what happens? Bingo, you get another customer. So as long as you have credits, that are within that are associated, or points, they may call them points, then you get to stay in this rotator and continue to get customers and business builders. It's a unique and fascinating concept that literally caused me to look and watch the video 3 or 4 times and realize, holy smokes, this completely makes sense, both from the product standpoint, the cashback standpoint, and now being able to offer anybody, even mom, dad, and Uncle Bob, the opportunity to get in something where they can benefit and they don't have to be an expert. Okay, so as long as you have credits, you will remain in the rotator. And how do I get credits to be part of the rotator? It's really pretty simple. You can earn SEO credits by doing one of 4 things. Doing SEO related tasks, and what do I mean by that is every SEO campaign has different components to it, and there will be a video, and the video will explain exactly what to do, and you just go complete that task, and guess what? You get credits or points. And they're also looking for folks that may have some skills and be able to offer some services to the team as a whole. And when we say the team, we're all part of this team, WUKAR. It's just not Matt Trainer and a handful of folks. It's all of us are part of that. So if you have some specific skills, well, you can offer it to the team and also earn some credits. But also as you increase in rank with DubLi. And also, those who may have more money than time, I've heard that you can buy the credits, if you so choose. Okay, so that's the 4 ways you earn SEO related credits to stay in the rotator. So what is a customer's value to you? It's $200 per year. So what that means is DubLi's basically historically said a customer, based on the average revenue that's generated from these customers, a customer is $200 per year. So do the math. If you have 1,000 customers, how much money will you be making? A decent amount of income on an annual basis, because once people are buying and using their VIP membership, they're getting the value out of that. The likelihood of those folks going away is very, very small. Okay, then just real quickly, this is another thing that blew me away, and that is people always say, well, it's probably just a bunch of people out there recruiting and it's a distributor-based recruiting machine, and it's not. There's 400 customers to every one BA or rep. This jumped out at me, and once we get these rotators really cranking, this number will go sky high. And we all know that distributors chase the shiny opportunity, and there's probably going to be some in here that will chase the shiny opportunity, and we don't care, because our business is going to be based on having customers get into our business, and we will benefit from customers for many years to come. Okay, so the question you need to ask yourself is, do you want a few customers or do you want thousands of customers? You get to decide through your own efforts by earning credits. And you don't have, once again, you don't have to feel like, well, gosh, what am I going to have to do? You can learn it. It's not, we're not talking about huge technical aspects of this business. And that's why we're also so excited about it. So real quickly, there's 3 SEO rotators. There's going to be a customer one for business associates, one for business partners. Real quickly, business partners are large corporations that have huge databases, or just nonprofit organizations. They have a program specifically designed for those companies, where literally you can offer the DubLi cashback portal to them, and it's branded to that nonprofit or charity for free. A larger business would have to pay for that, but it's a huge business and a great opportunity to actually extend your business and have a lot of customers get involved quickly, because it's tapping into their databases. Real quickly, once again, this is not a list building platform. It is a build your online business platform. And real quickly, I'm just going to end with the team package. A lot of people go, well, what does it mean? I mean, how can I get started? And there's 2 ways you can get started. You can get started as, once again, as a business associate. Maybe you just want to be a customer, and that's okay. We'll take anybody. But if you want to build a significant business and tap into what we're doing with Team WUKAR, okay, this, once again, I just want to kind of clarify, Team WUKAR is not the marketing arm of DubLi. This is only our team. There are other teams out there that are doing it traditional ways or what have you, and that's fine. But for our team, Team WUKAR, and there's no cost to be part of Team WUKAR, but it is associated with the package that you purchase to get involved. So as a team member package, it's $595, and as a result of that, guess what? You get to participate in the customer rotator. What most of us have done, and I would say 90% of my team have done, have paid $24.75, because what happens is you have an opportunity now to participate in all of the rotators. Now, keep in mind, you're not paying Team WUKAR. This is the DubLi package that you're purchasing, okay? And with that package, once again, you get a business license. But with the Team Leader Accelerator package, you're getting 380 vouchers. You're getting a certificate so that you can actually go talk to business people and bring them into the business as well. Is the package worth it? Even if you handed out and gave away all of the vouchers that you come, which are discounted membership vouchers, you're going to make your money back just on that. But once again, if you remember my illustration, if all you do is you get in and you help 3 people, in essence, you've covered the cost of your initial package within $100 or $150, okay? And then you're in profit from that point on, okay? Let me just end by this. I have been fortunate enough to have owned and operated my own businesses since 1989, from 7 Subway sandwich shops to my own financial services company, as well as several online marketing systems, but this dwarfs them all in terms of the income potential. And to think that it only cost me $24.75 to get started is downright humorous. In fact, it's kind of like I won the lottery when I saw this. And so with that said, if you don't mind, I'm just going to share something personal with you. And once again, real quickly, I'm just going to roll through that. But I want to share something personal with you, and that is this. I know many of you are probably sitting there going, is this really true? Is this something that I really want to get involved in? Because I'm sure many of you, probably 99% of you, have been burned before. And you've maybe done dozens of different programs on or offline. And, so you want something to work. Let me just share with you real quickly something that happened years ago to me that's made a change in my heart. And that is this. Several years ago, we barely moved into the home that we're in now. It was one of the things that drew us to this home is because it had some acreage, 1.25 acres, and it had a swimming pool. The very first summer we had our swimming pool, our 2-year-old son drowned in the swimming pool. Though I won't get into the details, and maybe I'll share more details at the San Diego event that's coming up, but suffice it to say this, that became my wake-up call to what's truly important in this life. And what was important in my life and what I did at that point in my life was vow to do everything I possibly could so I could spend more time with my family. And I knock on wood, I have been able to do that, and since 2007 I have worked full-time from home, and there is nothing that is more incredible than be able to spend time with your family, go to all of the events of your children, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So don't let losing a child like I did or some other tragic event be your wake-up call to what truly is important in this life. Take control of your financial future, which will allow you to control your time so you can spend more of it with those who matter most in your life. And so I just want to say, we're not here trying to just blow smoke. We're in this, Jonathan and everyone else, and sure, some people may be pouncing on their chest and saying how much money, and the numbers seem so astronomical, but there's a reason for it. We truly believe this is a chance of a lifetime, even that worn out phrase, but we are in the right place at the right time. We are involved with people that have big hearts, and we want you to be part of that. And so don't walk away from this going, well, that was another fluffy little webinar. Take it seriously. Get back with the person who sent you here. Get whatever information you need in order to make an intelligent decision. But I am so confident within 6 months, a year from now, we will all be giving each other high fives, no matter where we are, that we saw this and we took advantage of it. So with that, I thank you for letting me be on this. And Jonathan, I am going to turn the screen back to you, I hope, and let you end.
I appreciate what you do. My son, 8 years old, we've had the conversation of what's going on, why I'm spending all the time that I'm spending. I mean, I'm up at all hours of the night doing what we're doing because we are in the sweet spot. We're in a place that that usually you don't get this opportunity ever, but when it does happen, it comes around once. There's a very, very, very few people that ever get to say no to something like this and then revisit it at another time in their life and take advantage. That's what's happening now, and I know it, and I'm running hard, and it's working out. There's things happening that I've never seen before. I catch myself saying thank you to John a lot because he's the reason that I heard about it. And we've had conversations. The leadership have had conversations about what we've done historically, what you have to do to make internet marketing work. You know, you got to know how to drive traffic and turn it into a lead, turn the lead into a sale, make it an upsell, and support them as a team. And in order to do that, you got to be as Tony said, an intergalactic commander to pull that off. And that's why there is a top 1% that that's the deal. There's a ridiculous amount of work that has to go on, and I'm not saying we're not going to work here. We're going to work, and we're doing it now, working hard, and we're going to continue to work hard. But now, results. If I can see results, which is what we're seeing, and I can see results for the everyman, that thrills my soul. I get really excited. I was talking to a buddy about getting in, and there's actually a millionaires club on the line. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. Matt has a heart. The statement that I'm about to tell you that he made, what's behind the statement is he's saying, I don't think some of you in the team grasp how big of a deal that we've landed in. So I'm going to prove it to you. He said, I'm not going to take any money into my pocket until everyone who makes sales director by November 1st has each made $1 million. I'll rephrase that. What he's saying is if you can get to sales director by November 1st, you're going to go on a short list of people he's going to focus on. And the money that his position makes goes back into training and to get those people to $1 million. That is a ridiculous, bold statement. I've never heard of anything like that. In this industry, it's not a lottery ticket. It's not get to sales director and sit down. I got to say all that stuff because basically the statement is if you have enough gumption to get to sales director by November 1st, combine that with the automation that's being put together and the team and the outrageous people that are involved, put those two together, and you can make a whole lot of money really, really fast. Well, I was telling my buddy that, and he goes, man, I can't wrap my head around $1 million. I don't even know how to do that. And I said, well, let's try this on. What if you could, because I know how much he works. The guy is a worker. He's working 3 jobs maybe, and got a kid. And I said, man, what if you could work a few hours a day behind your computer and make 70 grand a year. Is that worth $2,500? Like, yeah, that's a no-brainer. And minutes later, he got in. And I don't know if he had the money. I don't know about his finances, but that's where we are. That Team Leader Accelerator package is the backbone of what we're doing. And if you want to run for the big prize, you still got time. November is 3 weeks away. You got time. Let me tell you what that is. Kelly showed it to us. It's 3 that get 3, assuming we're talking about the Team Leader Accelerator, which everybody gets. I mean, it's a no-brainer. All the things that it offers, if you want to have access to all 3 rotators, that's what you got to do, the partner program and all that stuff. I won't get back into it because Kelly did a great job of explaining it to us. And so I'm going to say this. I can't say it enough. We're in the sweet spot. It's happening right now. If you came to this page, if somebody referred you to a page that has a join button on it, ask no questions, push the join button. If you got to have questions answered, get back with them and ask the questions, but get on the stick. There is an opportunity here that you will never, ever see again. And with that, I'm going to say good night, and we'll see you on the inside. Kelly, you good? All right, we're out, bud.